y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Deidre Anderson and I write contemporary adult romance novels with a bit of suspense. So if that sounds like your thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ding the notification bell so you can keep up to date with my journey and know every time I post a video, and hit the like button so I know that you like the content of my channel and I know what to continue making. All right, today we're going to be discussing some of the things I wish I knew before diving into the whole journey of going wide. I If you follow my journey, you know most of my books are on Kindle Unlimited right now, but my plan for 2023 is to take my writing career wide, right, wide, and really focus on basically expanding my career, expanding the reach that my content has, and really diving in headfirst. All right, so a few things that I learned along the way of setting up the process is we're basically going to be going through that, and some tips I have for you if you're thinking of going wide, or even if you're not thinking of going wide immediately, but know that it's a prospect in the future. Okay, so the first thing I wish I knew before wanting to go wide is that you need to start the process really early. And when I say really early, I mean really early. Initially, I wanted to go wide as soon as I moved. I did move countries earlier in the year, about 3 or so months ago now. Yeah, about 3 or so months ago, almost 4. And I wanted to go wide as early as September of this year. However, what I did not know is that a lot of these wide distributors like Barnes& and Noble, Apple Books, and Google Play isn't that bad. But a lot of the wide distributors, Kobo isn't that bad either. Takes a whole long time to review your vendor information and your tax forms and get everything set up. It takes a while, guys. So I registered for most of these websites back in August. I signed up, I registered for vendor registration, I submitted my documentation, and it's now December and I am still waiting to be approved. It takes a while. Now, Barnes and Noble is the worst for me. The worst one, the longest take is been taking the longest time. I haven't been approved on Apple Books completely yet either. But on Barnes and Noble, it's a whole thing. It's been a back and forth thing with tax documents, getting your vendor account basically just rejected without a reason why, and not knowing what you did wrong, you going back and forth reaching out to figure out, hey, what's going on, trying to fix your tax documents. Make sure that you read everything and you understand. If you're like me and you're not from the US, ensure that you understand your W8 and W8 Ben forms, because it's a whole thing, right? But understand what you're doing ahead of time so that you limit the time as much as possible on your end, because it takes a while. It takes a while. It's still ongoing. Of course, to cancel this time wait period, you could actually just publish through an aggregator like Draft to Digital. Coming January, if these I want to start publishing wide in January. So if all these distributors aren't ready or haven't been approved by then I'm just going to go through Draft to Digital while they do that in the background. Because the good thing about going wide is that you can switch targets. You can switch, and the word is escaping me right now, but you can switch courses whenever you like. So you can choose to start going through an aggregator like Draft to Digital and then switch to going direct after you've started. So that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to start in Draft to Digital if everything isn't approved, and then go direct to the ones that have been approved. Like Kobo, maybe it's because I'm Canadian, but Kobo has it definitely been the easiest one so far to sign up for, followed by Google Play. Google Play wasn't hard to sign up for either. So Those two marketplaces, I will be able to go direct in January. But everything else, Apple Books, Barnes and Noble, Ingram Spark also went through fairly quickly. It maybe took I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks to get approved on Ingram Spark. But as I said, I'm still waiting on Barnes and Noble. I'm still waiting on Apple Books. So we'll see. Another thing I learned is that not all these places send you emails. So on Apple Books, I had to, if I don't log in to check the agreements, etc., I don't see if it's reverted for me to input information again, or if it's there saying approved or still waiting for information from me. So another thing I want to tell you is to constantly check your vendor. Just log in, right? Just log in periodically to see if they've asked for any further documentation, if you need to provide anything, or if your thing was approved, because they don't always send you emails. I found it a little bit strange, but that's what I saw. That's what I've realized. So particularly with Apple Books is what I realized. So go ahead and double check. Just double check, log in. I'm logging in once a day now because apparently they had basically sent back something from me to fill in. I had already filled it in, but it's asking me to fill it in again. So you just want to keep an eye on it and double check. Okay, number 3. Another thing I've realized is that, well, I didn't realize this. I sort of knew this before. I heard it from Courtney from the Courtney Project. When she does this book cover critique, so to speak. And she did do one for Bethany Atazada that was wide. She had books on a wide platform, and she did go through and she did mention it. But I think it really hit home when I started doing it for myself that you want to study all the marketplaces, because the trends and the, like, for book covers and the keywords and stuff like that, they're different for all the marketplaces. The keywords that are trending on, say, Apple Books will be different on Barnes & Noble and will be different on Amazon. So if you want to really hit your book going wide, you need to start doing your research beforehand. All right? So granted, don't let the research take up your writing time. Write your books, write them, complete them. But once they're off to the editor, if you have that little week or so, or schedule it in, because this is administrative work that is important to your success. At least I hope, because I haven't launched Wide yet, so I'm hoping this administrative work will be instrumental in my success that I'm speaking into the universe. So yeah, but you want to do your research, because I'm realizing that all the platforms are different, all of them. So do your research. All right. And now the final thing that I have learned is that you have to take it all in stride. Don't think that everything is going to get approved and done on your time frame. This one was a hard pill for me to swallow. I'm still learning it, but life happens. The vendors happen, and sometimes your computer happens, but things happen, and you got to be prepared to accept that and pivot if you need to pivot, move forward if you need to move forward, and just take it all in stride. Don't let it get to you, because it can be really, really stressful when you're trying to make a big transition like this in your career. It can be scary, especially for someone like me that's been in Kindle Unlimited. If you have a standard income coming in from Kindle Unlimited, it can be scary to make a big pivot. For me, it's a little different. I will be leaving the books that are currently in Kindle Unlimited. I'll be leaving those in Kindle Unlimited, and then I'll be taking my new books that I will be releasing in 2023 wide. So I will be sort of having a foot on both sides of the fence for right now, and then I will eventually be transitioning everything wide at a later time. But for me, it just did not make financial sense to pull all my books from Kindle Unlimited, as I do not yet have a wide audience. And I do know from various forums that I've read, various Facebook groups that I'm in, and from Courtney from the Courtney Project, that it's basically like starting over. So that's the steps that I am going to be taking. I'll be leaving the books that are in KU, and whatever I publish, new books that I publish, I'll be trying to take it wide, either through that draft to digital or direct if it finally or ever gets approved. So those are some of the things that I wish I knew about going wide and that you should probably consider if you're considering going wide. So let me know below if you're considering going wide or if any of these really opened your eyes, because the one that stood out to me most is the time it takes. Remember, I signed up for these in September and I'm still waiting to get my vendor application approved from Barnes & Noble, and I have some contract stuff going through with Apple Books. So start early, guys. Start early. Don't delay it. Even if it's not something you're going to do immediately, if you think it's a prospect for you, get it started. It's better to have them approved and ready whenever you're ready to go than to be faced with delays and setbacks. All right. Now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Ding that notification bell so you can know every single time I publish. That's the video for today. Hit that like button so I know that you support my content and I'm doing, you like the content and that it was helpful to you. And until next time, go ahead, get all those words and keep striving. Happy December, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.